What if the people who retire with real peace, real security, and real wealth are not the ones you expect? Because here is the truth most people overlook. The wealthiest retirees are often the quietest ones. They are not flashy, they are not bragging, and they are definitely not trying to look rich. They build what I call quiet wealth, a kind of financial independence rooted in contentment, steady habits, and decades of intentional decisions. Today, we are breaking down the 7 habits that quietly wealthy retirees share, and more importantly, how you can start building these habits long before retirement. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss videos that help you create a calmer, clearer financial future. Now, let's get into habit number 1, a trait that shows up in every single successful retiree. Habit 1. They are lifelong learners. One of the most consistent habits among quietly wealthy retirees is simple but powerful. They never stop learning. Their curiosity does not end when their career ends. They continue exploring new topics, new hobbies, and new ideas. Not just finances, but anything that makes life richer. It might be technology, travel, history, design, or something completely unexpected. Why is this such an important habit? Because people who keep learning stay adaptable. They make clearer decisions. They notice connections others miss, and they approach change with curiosity instead of fear. That mindset shapes better financial choices and better life choices. Lifelong learners do not say, "I am too old to learn that." They simply stay open, and that openness compounds just like their investments. Quiet wealth begins with a mindset that keeps growing. Now let's move into habit number 2. And this one reveals something surprising about how most wealthy retirees actually built their nest egg. Habit 2. They build wealth through normal, steady careers. One of the biggest misconceptions about wealthy retirees is that they all had high-powered careers or extraordinary incomes. But in reality, most quietly wealthy retirees built their nest egg through steady, ordinary work. These are engineers, teachers, nurses, small business owners, and long-term professionals. No lottery winnings, no giant inheritances, no sudden windfalls, just decades of consistent earning and intentional choices. What sets them apart is not the glamour of their job, it is their discipline. They lived below their means, saved steadily, took advantage of retirement accounts, and avoided lifestyle creep even as their income grew. They optimized for stability, not status, and stability compounded into freedom. The formula is simple. Earn consistently, spend less than you make, and invest the difference for many years. It is not flashy, but it is incredibly effective, and it is exactly how many quietly wealthy retirees got there. Now let's move into habit number 3, where we look at how these retirees actually choose to invest their money. Habit 3. They invest in boring, reliable assets. Quietly wealthy retirees do not chase the next big thing. Their portfolios are simple, steady, and often, yes, boring. And that is exactly why they work. Most of them invest in broad index funds, diversified stock market exposure, maybe some real estate, and occasionally a small business they understand well. You will not find them jumping in and out of meme stocks, timing the market, or betting their future on complicated financial products. Why? Because they know something essential. Complexity is the enemy of long-term returns. A simple portfolio is easier to understand, easier to stick with, and far less likely to implode when markets get unpredictable. Quietly wealthy retirees prioritize stability over excitement. They care more about freedom and peace of mind than having a portfolio that looks impressive on paper. Their goal is not to feel entertained, it is to feel secure. And boring investing is one of the most reliable paths to that outcome. Now let's move into habit number 4, which explains the mindset that allows simple investing to work so effectively. Habit 4. They practice patience and consistency. If there is one habit that quietly wealthy retirees master better than almost anyone else, it is this. They stay patient and consistent, even when the world gets noisy. They understand that compounding only works if you give it time. So instead of constantly adjusting their strategy, they automate their investing, contribute regularly, and let the market work in the background. When the market drops, they do not panic. When the market soars, they do not suddenly chase risk. They stay steady, and that steadiness pays off. Quietly wealthy retirees are not trying to get rich overnight. They are not chasing the hottest trend or trying to time the exact top and bottom of the market. They know wealth grows through decades of calm, repeatable actions. Patience does not feel exciting in the moment, but it becomes incredibly powerful over a lifetime. And before we move on, make sure to subscribe if you want more content that helps you build financial confidence without the stress and noise that keeps so many people stuck. Now let's go to habit number 5, and this one shifts us from money habits to lifestyle priorities. Habit 5. They prioritize happiness and security over status. Quietly wealthy retirees think about success differently than most people. To them, wealth is not something you show, it is something you feel. They care more about peace than prestige. They care more about freedom than flash. And they care more about having control of their life than impressing anyone else. For these retirees, happiness looks like financial independence instead of financial pressure, time with family and friends instead of chasing status, meaningful routines instead of constant comparison, and protecting their health because true wealth includes well-being. Their version of success is not built on big houses or luxury cars, even though some may own nice things. It is built on purpose, presence, and the ability to choose how they spend their days. This mindset is why they retire with confidence. They have spent their lives valuing what actually matters, and their finances naturally reflect those priorities. Now let's move into habit number 6, a habit that challenges many people, but dramatically improves the retirement experience. Habit 6. They spend intentionally, not fearfully. Many people build wealth through frugality, but quietly wealthy retirees take it a step further. They learn how to spend with purpose. They do not confuse being intentional with being cheap. They are willing to spend money, but only on things that genuinely improve their life. This means choosing quality over quantity, investing in items that last, spending more on what they love, and cutting ruthlessly on what they do not value. It is a balanced, thoughtful approach. They are not scared to use their money, but they are not careless with it either. This mindset leads to a much happier retirement. Instead of holding on to every dollar out of fear, they allow money to support their health, comfort, enjoyment, and relationships, without slipping into wasteful habits. Intentional spending is one of the strongest differences between retirees who feel rich and retirees who only look rich on paper. Now let's move into habit number 7, a habit that reflects the true heart of quiet wealth. Habit 7. They find joy in simple, everyday hobbies. One of the most beautiful traits of quietly wealthy retirees is how easily they find joy in simple things. Their happiness does not depend on expensive trips, luxury purchases, or anything performative. Instead, they appreciate the small, steady pleasures of everyday life. The morning walk, the home-cooked meal, tending a garden, reading a good book, working on a craft, or enjoying time with loved ones. These hobbies are not about showing off. They are about slowing down and enjoying life as it is. What makes this habit so powerful? Simple joys create contentment, and contentment naturally reduces the urge to overspend, compare, or chase a lifestyle that does not align with your values. Quiet wealth grows easily in a life where peace and simplicity are already enough. This is why many retirees with significant net worth often say the same thing: I already have everything I want. That mindset is not accidental, it is practiced. Now let's bring everything together with a clear conclusion about what quiet wealth really means. When you look across all 7 habits, a pattern becomes clear. Quiet wealth is not about showing the world you made it. It is about creating a life you genuinely enjoy living. The retirees who feel the most secure and fulfilled are not chasing status or comparing themselves to anyone else. They build peace through patience, purpose through consistency, and freedom through decades of intentional choices. They see money as a tool, not a scoreboard. They focus on health, relationships, and meaning, and they build lives that are rich in the ways that matter most. Quiet wealth grows slowly, quietly, and intentionally. And it is something you can start building long before retirement, one thoughtful habit at a time. If this resonated with you, make sure to subscribe so you never miss new videos designed to help you build a calm, confident financial future. And if you want to go deeper, watch my video on how retirees actually spend their money. It gives you an inside look at the real habits and priorities that shape financial freedom. You can watch that video now.